And boom, we are live, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Fat Earth Comedy Cast. We got episode number 20 coming at you today, the best sitcoms. My name's Mo Fungus. We got Big Jimmy and Heavy Cream joining us today. What's going on, you two?
Can I propose and maybe another nickname for
Sure.
Jim?
Oh, okay.
There we go. All right.
Tiny Jim.
Tiny
Yeah.
Jim and Heavy Cream.
All right. Mix it up a little bit.
Tiny Jim.
Tiny,
Beautiful.
Tiny Jim in my hand.
God bless us, everyone.
They used to call me Tiny Tim. Well, my cousin Mike did. He's a bigger dude, so me compared to him, I am a Tiny Tim.
Yeah.
Peg Leg Tim coming in with the turkey.
Are we sticking with the Heavy Cream for you, girl? I don't know what to say. I don't want to call it. I don't want to say the real name. I'm just gonna. We're gonna call you Heavy.
Curdled
yes.
cream.
Yeah.
Curdled.
Yes.
Well, it's scary. After you drop a good point, you can go boom. I just laid that shit on heavy.
But you don't need to do that if it's a good point, right?
Right, that's true. It'll speak for itself. We're talking about sitcoms today, best sitcoms. And when I offered this to the group, there was some mixed reaction about what a sitcom actually was. Colleen actually was proposing Breaking Bad was one of the best sitcoms, although that's a drama in my book. What do you guys
think? Hindsight, that it's dumb. That was dumb.
Yeah.
But you know.
That's Heavy D being herself.
Sometimes I'm wrong.
That shit's heavy.
That shit's heavy.
It's heavy.
Okay, we'll start out with Big Jim. Do you have any that come to your mind?
I'm going to define it first. Loosely defined as a humorous television program based on situations that could arise in everyday life.
Yeah.
Hopefully humorous.
Right. See, I always just think if it has a laugh track, there's 90% chance that it's a sitcom. But not always. Not all sitcoms have a laugh track.
Correct. Some do live audience. And before we get started, which one was your favorite? The laugh track or the live audience?
The track.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of either. But I think they mixed them, actually. Like Seinfeld we'll just get that one right out of the way. Seinfeld is my top favorite.
But it sounds weird without it.
Yeah, that's true. Well, your ears are so used to watching that, so it's like...
It's because we're brainwashed.
Yeah, it's a definition of human society. If they don't tell you when to laugh, you don't know when.
Damn.
You're just sitting there staring at these bumbling fools if you don't have a track to laugh along to.
Here I am thinking it's just funny.
Do we agree, though, Seinfeld is probably the best sitcom of all time?
Yes, 100%.
Okay, I like it. I mean, I'm gonna throw some out there that give it a little run for its money. But it was 9 seasons. It's made the most money. Jerry just signed another $500 million contract with Netflix for a couple of years, and that's what's unbelievable about it. I mean, it keeps paying dividend. I was talking about it last night to my father. It's funny. This is our topic today because it just continues to pay him. They did 9 seasons. It's the gift that keeps on coming. And I brought it up. I said, why can't I find one of these things where I just do it once and just keep getting paid for it?
Yeah, it's the gift that keeps giving, except for Kramer. He hasn't made a dime since it went off the air. The only people that made the money is him and Larry David. That's why he told the rest of the cast. I think actually Elaine, or what's her name?
She's richer than Oprah.
Isn't she like an heiress or something?
She's an oil heiress.
Yeah. Well, that's the best heiress to be.
Yeah, she's got funds.
But she's a good actress. She's in Veep.
She's great.
I haven't seen Veep, but I've seen that it won a bunch of awards, so I gotta.
Fun. I mean, I've seen it a few times. It's funny.
Yeah, I like the guy
Buster.
The
thing about Seinfeld is that it's timeless.
Yeah.
It's like it's not dated to me.
Right.
Because it's very different.
I like it because they took. See, everybody says, well, Curb's a little bit better. Curb's better. But yeah, Curb is better in the sense that they can get away with whatever they want. But Seinfeld had to be really unique because they were on national TV.
NBC, they had to follow guidelines and
right. So they had to figure out ways to say things like that. The contest where they're talking about masturbation, they never say it once. Somehow
My
they got it
favorite
on
episode.
there. Oh, okay, cool. See, I like the later. I like season 6 is one of my favorite seasons, but the earlier ones were a little more creative in the sense
Larry
where,
David.
yeah, it's like us writing a rap song, but then not being able to swear. You have to really push it to the
Yeah.
limits there.
Yeah, it's limiting.
There's a ranked list of all of Jerry's girlfriends, which seem to be overachieving the entire time. There,
His
I'm
wife's
sure.
pretty though
I was
in
going to
real
say
life.
Jerry has pulled it off in real life too, and rightfully so. But
You got to be funny.
Yeah.
all of Jerry's girlfriends ranked. It's I'm sure a decent list. Seinfeld, what show about nothing, right? But like you said, we're able to do it in the confines of the FCC, and one of the
And
only shows,
NBC.
and NBC,
Yeah.
and one of the only
Advertisers.
NBC.
Yeah. NBC. WNBC.
Pigface had me saying it again.
Pig virus.
Pig vomit. Pig
Colleen has
vomit.
no clue what the fuck we're talking about.
I just zoned out.
It's
That's
the
Howard Stern
Private
Parts.
Parts movie.
Oh, when he played
talks-
himself?
Yeah,
That's
and he
the
talks about
cheesiest
when he
thing
was
in the world.
was at
You'd be
NBC.
surprised, but yeah, I think it's a pretty good movie.
I saw
like
it
it.
because it was on like HBO or I don't know, it was on something late night, and I was like really young, but I was
Yeah.
intrigued.
Right on.
Yeah.
Seinfeld was one of the only ones that I watched it like when it came, like the night it came out, but not like on
Right.
purpose. Like I didn't run to the couch and it's 8:00 Thursday, but I still remember the time it was on and the day, so that shows you. And it was one of the ones where I didn't know about seasons or anything back then. I didn't know when they would be coming out with new episodes, but I would watch that at 8:00 on a Thursday, opposed to nowadays where
No, it was
a lot
on
of
at
my
9.
stuff.
Hold on a second here. It started.
Whoa.
Yeah, well,
Uh-oh.
let's break down must-see Thursday TV because Friends was on at 8, and the Friends slot was a big. They just crushed. Friends is right there as far as popularity and money gross.
Yeah, they were number one.
Yeah, they actually I think they're bigger than Seinfeld at the time. Now, well, maybe with all the reruns and stuff. But so 8:00 was Friends, and then there was it was the Conundrum slot, which was the 8:30 slot, and a lot of shows popped into Two Guys, a Girl in a Pizza Place. There was every show that went into that slot failed, and it failed hard.
One season shows.
Yeah, exactly. Then Seinfeld was on at 9 because they dealt with a little more adult content.
9:00. Yep.
Yeah, and then again, and then 9.
Masturbation and such.
Yeah, yep. Then 9:30 had that same issue where they couldn't figure out what to do with it, and then 10 had ER. So that was that.
ER, yeah, that was a big one. Clooney.
Yeah, right, but that's not a sitcom. So that's
Oh,
another.
yes, I know.
She's
That's
going back
more
to the
Breaking
drama,
Bad.
folks.
That's more Breaking Bad.
Mm-hmm.
Not sitcom.
I didn't mind Friends, but I didn't get there at 8:00 to watch it like I would Seinfeld at 9. So
Yeah.
I feel like maybe so I don't know that as a fact that Seinfeld's made the most money. I just know over 2 deals it's $1 billion because he had the deal for syndication on TBS and that was 500 million.
Top.
It's got to be one of the top. I mean, maybe
like
Friends
Frasier.
has competed as far as money, but I feel like 2 deals at $1 billion for a sitcom. I don't know how someone matches that.
Mm-mm.
Well, I know Friends they were getting like $1 million an episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, so was Seinfeld, but I'm not talking about while it was on. I'm talking about syndication after it's completely done. It's
Right.
one thing to make a good living with ad revenue and all that while you're doing new
Syndication
episodes.
is everything.
Oh,
Yeah.
Look at Kelsey Grammer.
Yes.
He's not in much, but Frasier, he's
Still
loaded.
making it. Yeah, still making it.
Loaded.
Do you guys like 2.5 Men? We've been talking about Sheen a little bit, me and Jimbo.
I never got into it. I never got into it.
I can't say I do or don't. I don't know.
I liked it. I liked it a lot. It was pretty cool. It was definitely men humor, so I can understand if a girl didn't like it. But yeah, it was good. And then they replaced him with Ashton Kutcher.
No.
He like dies in the show. Here, spoiler warning, folks.
The piano, right?
I don't know. I don't know
Doesn't
exactly
he
what
get
happened.
smashed by something or
Maybe.
no? Seriously, they like
Quite
did
dark.
they wanted to like humiliate him.
Yeah. Yeah, because Chuck Lorre, he hated him after their renegotiation. But actually, Chuck Lorre is a good name to bring up because this fucking turd, this guy was responsible for so many shows: The Big Bang
How did
Theory, Two and a Half Men,
he do
Dharma
it?
and Greg,
Ugh.
Grace Under Fire. You know, all the top ones, all the working mom shows. What did you guys think of Roseanne in that reboot?
No.
Never watched the reboot. I used to like the original when it was out, but I was a kid,
Yeah. I'm surprised you
I
liked that one.
never watched Roseanne, but I think it's bullshit that they tried to take her show and
They did.
they failed miserably.
That's not on anymore?
No, it's on. No one likes it. It's not
Right,
funny.
right.
Ratings suck.
Well, I know Whitney Cummings was a writer for the show. Actually, Norm Macdonald was a writer at one point. I don't know if he
I
still
love
does.
Norm Macdonald.
Yeah. That's for another episode altogether, but
We can do one on Norm Macdonald, please.
oh, just on him altogether?
That's it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be intense.
Oh yeah.
Well, what's your favorite comedy, Jimbo?
Married with Children.
Oh, that's a revolutionary one.
Too young.
Yeah, it started in 87. That's right. You're going back.
Wow, I was
But
2 years old.
it's got 11 seasons. And just like Seinfeld, we agree that's our favorite or best, whatever you want. Married with Children, of course. I can, and that's what this is. I can watch this, though. I can watch any episode of Married with Children and sit down for 30 minutes. I can leave it on between commercials and not get pissed. So those are the things that go into my mentality that make it that great. But
You used to
again,
play with yourself to Applegate. We know the story.
I was just gonna say Christina Applegate.
all the girls. Oh, Christina Applegate was so fucking hot in this thing back in the early 90s. I mean, make my head pop. But
and what's her name? Kate Segal is the voice in Futurama.
That's correct.
Did I say her name right?
I think so.
I believe so.
Or you could say Kate Seagull. Either way.
I struggle with
Ed
that.
O'Neill.
Ed O'Neill is hilarious in Wayne's World. That's my favorite part of him. Why do they come to me to die?
Well, he's on another one now. He's got 11 years with that.
Oh, yeah.
He's got 11 years with Modern Family now. So
yeah, that's done.
To have a 2 sitcom giant like they've had is pretty small feat. Not many huge feat. Not many people have done.
Yeah, his wife's. Go ahead.
His wife. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say his wife is Sophia Viagra in there.
Yeah.
It's real. That show's really realistic. It's this old ass fucking decrepit man, and old Sophia Viagra pumping people up left and right.
Yeah, that doesn't happen.
I don't know. I've never really watched the show. I don't know if he's got money or if he's like a doctor or something.
I'm
assuming
think he does.
He's just a boob. What is he?
I think he's just a tit.
Oh wow, well.
I have no idea.
That's what Ed Bundy was, or Al Bundy was, dude. This guy made no money. He's got nothing. He's just bitching about it all the time. His neighbor comes over. He's calling her a pigeon.
I'm pretty sure that's his character in Modern Family. I could be wrong though, but that's gonna be in syndication.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Some of it is. Yeah. Oh yeah. And Married with Children has been on the Time Life stuff. I mean, they sold the box sets forever. They're in syndication now. It's
Love and Marriage.
Yeah.
Great opening. Sinatra, shot of Chicago's there on the entrance. But I mean, it stood over a decade, and basically to me, I can still go watch it and not be bored, find it funny, and the humor is still relative. It's almost like a lot of male chauvinism. I remember he's got his.
My mom did not like me watching this shit. Actually, I was banned from it, to be honest.
It's great. Yeah, but that's when you know it's a good show. I'm gonna have to try and get my eyes on.
Yeah.
When people are trying to suppress it, it makes you want it more.
Oh yeah. Did your family ever ban anything from you, Colleen? Me and Jimmy have both talked about like The Simpsons and Beavis and Butthead and shit.
I have a little resentment over the fact we were not allowed to watch TV on weekdays.
Oh, they just straight up banned the whole box.
Yeah,
I like
no,
that.
I can't. I don't resent that. I respect it now. But yeah, we had restrictions for sure.
Most people should, especially today. Like
I
literally
respect
today, the news is
I'm-
fucking people up right now.
No, I respect the way they parented. And my dad would just like I grew up on like Abbott and Costello and shit. And
Yeah.
like Three Stooges.
The good
shit
stuff.
like that. Weird stuff.
So I don't know if you were too young for this, Colleen, but Friday night meant one thing: TGIF, and this was the fucking show that did it all. Remember this bad boy? Although they got the reboot kicking now, so everybody knows of it now.
I watched it when it was in syndication.
Beautiful. Yeah, Bob Saget's all high on pills and shit. Like now that you know that you watch him, he's just all smiles.
It's so great. That's why he plays such a nice guy.
Yeah. Yeah, and then now in his stand-up, he's talking about banging Mary-Kate and Ashley at the same time.
It's so great.
He's like, Kimmy Gibbler's over there nibbling. I can't remember what his bit was, but he's talking about hooking up with Gibbler, too.
She sucked.
Yeah, she looks like she was stinky a little bit.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember Perfect Strangers?
Oh, yeah.
No.
Wow, these are all coming back to me. Yeah.
Hey, what about Step by Step?
Yep, that was a TGIF
Day
one.
by day.
Yeah.
Step by step, day by day.
What else?
Did you guys get into Nick at Night or then Snick?
Snick.
Well, Snick became Saturday nights on Nick at Night with a little bit more. You got Afraid of the Dark. You got all that.
Yeah. All that.
Well, yeah, you could be. Heavy Cream came uncorked on Saturday night because she had no TV for the first 5 days. They go, holy
I went nuts.
Yeah, she started curdling.
Yeah,
it all started to coagulate.
No, The Secret Life of Alex Mack.
Okay, ooh, forgot about that.
Yeah, dude. Well,
actually, that was a good one. This show, I don't know if it was on TGIF, but I think it was, and let me know if you know what this is. Because I love this show.
Oh, yeah. Dinosaurs,
baby.
Who created that?
You remember that? Probably Jim Henson or something. They're puppets.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Who did the voices? Give me some voices from this show. Yeah, I do remember it. My sister loved this shit.
It's so weird.
I just remember the intro, and he's going to work. And he's like trampling shit.
Boy Meets World. I used to like that.
Oh, yeah. Topanga? Topanga. The best name ever.
Yeah, she was a cutie. Let's see if I can get some information.
She had some Topangas.
Topanga.
Earl Sinclair. Yeah. Yeah, Jim Henson.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Died the year before. He goes, this fucking thing killed him. Dude.
Yeah, he had to make these prosthetic fucking dinosaurs. He killed himself. Sorry. I don't want to be rude. We're trying to clean up our act around here and not offend people to the certain degree, but that might be a bad.
I can't do this anymore.
And we're done.
Can't do it. Cross the line.
Me and Michael were doing a podcast with this professor one time when we brought up magic mushrooms, and he's like, I actually have to end this right now. And we thought he was all serious, but he was kidding. But I was like, holy shit, we finally pissed off a fucking professor.
Oh my gosh.
It's pretty good.
I don't recognize one of these voices, so move on. Dinosaurs, yes, I remember it. Was that part of
Where's the voices?
They're over on. It was on the right hand side there. You wouldn't have known. Well, you're pretty good at that shit actually, but I didn't know one name. Heavy Cream. Let me pour it on thick.
Mixing it up, baby.
That's why they don't call me 2%.
Yeah,
I was 2% till they mixed it up, and then it was Heavy Cream, and then when it kept going, I became Whipped Cream.
That's the sweeter side of Heavy. She can become curdled and angry, or she can become whipped. And very
you add a little sugar, you stir me a little too long, and all of a sudden I'm a little whipped cream.
Yeah. Add some eggs and you got a baked Alaska.
Well,
what about?
Can I transition into one or another old one?
I got one with I got another one with a puppet.
Throw me a puppet one. This is a good transition.
I was telling.
Heavy
Well,
cream.
try and guess it. He eats cats. I'll tell you that.
Alf, the alien baby.
This is top-notch TV, folks.
Look at this guy.
Hey guys, dude. His voice is all deep and shit.
I feel like Kevin would have done a great Alf voice too, like kind of how the guy did it, a little New York-ish.
You know what would suck if you.
Somebody got a cat?
I gotta calm down. Someone got a feline.
Sorry, Heavy Cream. I didn't mean to cut you off. It just popped in my head how his voice sounded.
No, that's fine. Go with it. Who is the creature? Elf.
Yeah, we gotta look that up. Anybody got a calico cat I can nibble on?
Has anybody got a cat?
I wish I could get some sound bites of this fucking mutant.
Paul Fusco, Max Wright,
who?
Andrew Elson, and Benji Gregory.
Wait. Going old school. What was the one with Robin Williams?
Mork and Mindy.
Yeah, that's there you go, Heavy Cream. That's a perfect example of a comedy or of a sitcom. Nice work.
I learned quick.
Nanu.
Mork and Mindy. That was on Nick at Night for myself.
Yeah, it's crazy. Nick at Night now is like Friends. It makes you feel so old if you watch Nick at Night because they used to have black and white shows on, like Bewitched.
Nick at Night used to be the shit.
Yeah, and now it is just shit.
Now it's just poo poo.
They don't pay homage to the old one still because I feel kids should still see I Love Lucy and Bewitched and that.
Absolutely.
This comedy, 1951 is I Love Lucy. It was way, way, way comedy out of its time, especially for a female like that to be killing it. And she made a lot of money on it. I don't like Nick at Night now. That actually is upsetting to me.
The Three Stooges.
Stooges?
Is that a show?
Yeah, Abbott and Costello.
I don't know if Three Stooges was a show. I'm gonna have to curdle. I'm gonna have to curdle you on this one, Cream.
You test me.
What was it then?
I dare you.
Well, was it? It was movies.
They made movies. It was a series.
Okay, she knows her shit.
And I wake up in the morning and I'm down. I barely get up. Saved by the Bell, baby.
Well, Zach Morris is trash.
Reminisce on these. That thing was only 4 seasons, dude. I still want to beat off to some of them.
Whoa.
Showgirls?
Kevin, that's not. It happens, dude. Real life, bro. People have touched them.
Men beat off?
That's
to
pathetic.
Women that are famous?
Or to men. It depends on your taste. We don't discriminate around here.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Nice throwback.
Michael J. Fox, Spin City. Ooh, I used to fuck like this.
Growing Pains?
Growing Pains was the beginning of it all, yeah. Oh no! Sorry, Michael J. Fox was in a bunch of sitcoms, not Growing Pains,
Family Matters.
Family Ties. Family Ties.
Right
I
before.
feel like there's Family Matters too.
Oh yeah. That's with a black family.
He would leave the set up.
The Jeffersons.
Wow, this girl just goes from one to the next. Yeah.
Yes, I like the Jeffersons. Howard Stern has it as the best theme song and most known theme song for a sitcom.
Yeah.
Moving on.
It is good. That shit's fire. I like that.
The Cosby Show.
We don't talk about him. You've been fired.
You can't disregard good shit.
We turned our back on Michael Jackson. I can turn my back on Cosby.
Separate the man from the artist.
Good old Different Strokes. For different
We should do a skit where all we say is these sitcoms' names. We have to make like a paragraph that makes sense out of it.
Oh, let's do it.
You go, the Cosbys are Different Strokes. Their families had matters, and
Puddin'.
Did you say Elf?
Oh, my sister My sister had me smoked into this thing for
Moesha.
7 seasons. Nope. Designing Women.
Ooh.
Delta Burke.
Yeah.
Designing Women.
Designing Women?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I've seen
Oh,
it.
that going back for that. Holy shit! I forget about that. You got the loudmouth. It's 3. It's
you guys.
4 women that live together.
I got one.
Golden Girl.
Sister.
Yeah, yeah.
Sister.
Yeah, that was
great.
a great one.
That was good.
But going back to what Jimmy was saying, I feel like Designing Women was like a younger version of the Golden Girls. There's one that likes to fuck. There's one that's like super old. There's one that's all ambitious, and then there's one that's goofy. It's literally the same show.
There are only 4 types of women.
Yeah, well, there you go. And I think Chuck Lorre produced it. Bada bing, bada boom.
Yeah, he sucks. Big Bang Theory.
I've never got into that, but people love that show. That actually might be the biggest grossing sitcom of all time.
Yeah, because most of humanity is dumb.
They've been big banged.
That was a well-written show. I didn't really get into it, I guess, because I was busy at that time in my life. I wasn't hanging out and watching TV, but I respect. Fucking? I was busy fucking. Every episode I've seen, though, I liked.
Of Big Bang Theory?
Yes, I did.
I'm not.
I wasn't a fan. His favorite director is Peter Jackson too, so we'll pull that right back at you.
I'm not judging you.
I lost all credibility with Peter.
I did. Hold on a second. I did have a funny joke from Big Bang when he goes, "Does Wolverine have a anti-antimum prostate?" I thought that was pretty funny. I don't know if you guys even understand it, but
I'm not in that league.
The problem is Heavy Cream. Mo Fungus has to announce his jokes before he goes, "I've got something funny."
It was a joke from the show, asshole.
I know. I just don't like comedians that gotta do that. Heavy Cream and I don't announce we got a funny. We say it, and then if people laugh, we go, "That's funny."
Yeah. All right, I've been thrown off my own show. Fuck you.
Step by step. Whoa. You got Step by Step on TGIF.
What else? Fresh
We lost Hogan.
I love Suzanne Summers on Step by Step. When I was a kid, I was right when I was going through puberty. I love that show. Old Suzanne. Well, yeah, Three's Company. When I was that age, I didn't know about Three's Company. I was infatuated with that. She's like probably late 30s or 40s, although she looks pretty good for her age now. Yeah.
No, MILF territory. And what I would do is fire up Step by Step to get erected, and then fire. Finish me.
It's gross.
I'd fire up Step by Step to get erected.
Did you guys speaking of Three's Company, did you guys ever watch 8 Simple Rules, or was that too?
When was this? I know of this. Yes,
John Ritter died during it.
Yeah, that's right. I did like that show. Yes, Ritter was good on it.
I like that.
I like Just Shoot Me, David Spade's show. That was pretty good.
I never watched it.
It's about way back. It's about what?
It's about a fashion magazine. You've seen it before, haven't you? Just Shoot Me.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
Spin City.
I think I really like. Oh yeah, I love that. Was Michael J. Fox we talked about. I love that shit.
That's when he really started quaking hard, though, and he had to stop.
Something I didn't get
Charlie
into.
Sheen came in, actually.
Okay, my boy,
the
Coke Bandit.
Yeah.
Winning.
No, dude, Michael J. actually did a pretty damn good job. Like, he worked his ass off till the very, like, he literally couldn't even he'd like contain himself, do a take. So I don't want to rip on the guy. I think he's he's a role model. Yeah, I mean, think about that as you're a musician. You like Peter Frampton. He's getting some disease where he can't play guitar anymore. So it's like the thing that you practiced your entire life. You put the 10,000 hours in, and then nature's telling you to go fuck off. That would be tough. But I guess life, nothing lasts. So you got to be able to adapt to the change.
It sucks too because Michael J. Fox looked young. You know, like his whole life.
Him.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why he was able to leave from Family Ties, do an episode, drive right over, do Back to the Future, rinse,
Give me a
repeat.
keg of beer.
Yeah.
He was playing a high school guy in Back to the Future, but he was playing a 25 up and coming successful guy in Family Ties. So it was kind of cool.
He played a werewolf. The guy is versatile.
Yeah. He surfed on a van.
I mean,
he's so versatile.
Hoverboarded.
He hoverboarded. We've talked about in one of our other past ones. Jimmy was trying to build a whole hoverboard ramp in his backyard, like with magnets and shit. This guy's imagination ran fucking wild, folks.
How'd that go, Tesla?
Not good. We spent many Saturdays trying.
Hey,
we never got off the ground. We never got off the ground, and we found out that the magnets we needed were $750 a piece. So after I saved up about $300, I go, fuck this little venture.
Yeah. Call me Mega Man.
Oh yeah, repellent.
I got one here that I didn't get into until after it was done, but now I've gone back and watched all 7 seasons and think it's phenomenal writing. 30 Rock, and I love Tina Fey.
Yeah, I love Tracy Morgan.
What I've seen of it, I really like.
He's good. Baldwin. I
love Alec Baldwin in that. As a person, he sucks probably, but he's great in that. He's a great actor.
Yeah, he's pretty funny. He's a good, like, serious actor and good. A lot of these actors say that doing comedies is harder than doing drama because you have to have the timing for the joke.
100%.
Right.
You can tell when people are trying too hard to be funny.
Yeah. That's like the people that we see sometimes, because Colleen's in an improv group, and you see it's not just her group, it's a bunch of different groups. But then some of these people, they're a lot older, and some of them that are older are good, but some of them you can just tell are trying to sow their oats, and they're just trying. It's like on their bucket list to be in an improv group.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny. It's fun to watch.
Like the one guy, the last time I went, I don't think it was your last show, but it was a couple shows ago. This one guy was so bad, he was funny though. It was. I actually liked it.
Well,
I think he was
that's
Asian.
What's great about improv.
Yeah, he was so bad, he was good.
My last one was I bombed.
Well, it's gonna happen. That's the whole point of.
Yeah.
That's what the comedians say. They're like, dude, they go, you could have an inkling of talent, but if you have the heart to be able to take the beating, you're gonna be the one that overcomes the rest. Kind of like what we're doing, like our channel. We've been doing it on May 16th, ladies and gentlemen. It's a mark it in your calendars because it's gonna be a special fucking day. We're broadcasting for 24 hours straight in a Fat Earth marathon. But no, it's gonna be 2 years to the day on May 16th, which baffles me because it seems a lot longer than that. Doesn't it, Jimbo?
Yeah, it seems less to me. It seems less.
No, I mean it seemes. No, it seems more to me. It seems more.
But what is time?
You got to work with me.
Yeah. But I started doing it. My best friend passed away, and I was like, "Fuck this! I gotta do something to get my mind off this." And I went to what I know how to do. Plus, he was a pretty funny guy himself, so I figured he was always there with me in the trenches, awesome. Making the comedy. But yeah, it's May 16th. It's coming up here soon, folks. So mark that in your calendars. But.
For sure. That's awesome.
Now I'm going to cry. I'll see you later.
Ricky Gervais, dude. You guys ever see the 2 seasons of the original Office before he brought it to America?
I never did.
Go back and watch.
I love Ricky Gervais.
If you watch the first, I was addicted to the BBC Office. Okay, it's only 2 seasons. I had the box set. A buddy let me borrow though, and I did not give this back for a year. And I would just watch it every couple months. The original Office. If you watch the first episode of the one on the BBC, it is identical, word for word, to the one that is the first one in America with Steve Carell. And it's funny to see the 2 different actors, Ricky Gervais, who wrote and produced The Office and BBC, and then owned the rights to it and sold it to NBC and brought it to America. And was there with Steve Carell for episode 1. They're identical to watch. I've watched them back to back. It's fucking hilarious, but it's also cool to see the 2 different actors' take on the delivery of a joke because they're very different.
You got British humor and then American humor, which are totally different.
Yeah. I'm looking at it right now. I forgot that Martin, the guy that played the Hobbit, actually is in it. There's a little picture of him.
Oh yeah, yeah, he's great.
I like. Go ahead.
That dude play a Hobbit? That dude's in.
He played the Hobbit, bro. What the fuck?
Oh. I was thinking, I kept thinking my boy there.
He played Baggins. Bilbo.
Bilbo Baggins.
When I see him, I don't even think of that, even though that's my favorite director. I always think of the...
Yeah, here we
Samwise?
go.
No, what's that movie
Elijah
based
Wood?
off the book? History or the Hitchhiker to the Galaxy?
Yeah, he's in that. Yeah, I like
Hitchhiker's Guide.
the problem with The Hobbit, we're gonna get off topic for a second here. Lord of the Rings is so good because there's so many characters that you can like. The Hobbit, I feel like only he's that good of a character. There's not one dwarf that I actually can like relate to.
The only problem with The Hobbit is The Hobbit.
Him? I thought he did a good job in it. I think I was just a little extended too long. A little droned out. All right, fuck off.
Well,
Here we go.
being a short and stocky motherfucker, I liked all the dwarfs, and I go, "Here's my boys."
Yeah, you
now.
did.
These are my boys now, coming up out of the mountain.
He dressed up for that. Last Valentine's Day, he wore a whole fucking dwarf garb in the bedroom with the old ass.
Oh yeah, he did.
Scared the piss out of her.
Ashley loves role playing.
Especially
Dwarfism.
troll playing, they call it. All right.
We got to give some honorable mentions. Old school, baby. Ron Howard, Happy Days. Tim Allen,
yeah.
Home Improvement. I mean, these guys, come on. Gilligan's Island. I feel like Kevin lived on this thing for 2 years.
You're jumping around a lot. You're going fucking Happy Days,
Whoa.
Gilligan's Island, and then, dude.
My brain.
I love Tim Allen. I love the Home Improvement.
Loved it, yeah.
Wilson.
Talk about being a kid being turned on. I don't want to get too juicy here, but Pamela Anderson, the Tool Girls were phenomenal. Pam Anderson.
God.
I think that's how she got her start.
Carmen Electra.
Yeah,
So after Pamela left, I thought it was Carmen.
No, Carmen was on, I think, but then there was this other, the Heidi one was the bomb.
Oh, Heidi. Yes.
Yeah.
Where did that body
Jimmy's got to take a break, and he'll be right back, folks.
And back. All right. As I get older, it becomes faster, folks. We didn't even have to edit it.
Oh,
Saved by the Bell. Scrubs.
We've said that.
Scrubs, yes.
That's Scrubs.
King of Queens, my boy, Kevin James. People say I look like him. I'm not getting paid like him.
You're a poor man's Kevin James.
I'm a poor man's Kevin James, baby.
Hold on a second,
I say it with love.
Hold on a
second. Give me a segue, dude. I'll ride around. Paul Blart.
Don't pull your dick out here. I just had to pull this up.
Is that Heidi?
That's old Heidi.
What a bad name, too. You knew she was approachable because with a name like... That's the hottest Deb I've ever seen. That's the hottest Debbie I've ever seen in my life.
That's a great outfit.
Debbie Dunning. Look at this outfit they throw her into. Yep.
Here's a little juicy tidbit. I was at the casino and Richard Carr, the guy that played Al, was there. And we were all hammered. We were trying to like talk to him and shit. We're like, "Hey, Al!" And he was losing hard at blackjack, and he was furious. We're like yelling at him and shit.
Shut up!
I swear to God, bro. At MGM, right when the new casino popped up, old Al was flushing down his Home Improvement fucking earnings right down the drain.
Give me Pam Anderson there from back in the day. There, her start. She's broken, joking around now though.
Yeah,
she didn't get her start on Baywatch.
I think she was a Tool girl first.
No, she got found she was at a sporting event, and she came on the big screen. A producer saw her for Tool time.
Yeah, see, this is the problem when you get all that stuff done. Some actresses they do a good mixture of little plastic surgery but a lot of skincare. Like who's the girl in Parks and Rec that's the fat guy's wife? You watch Parks and Rec, Jimmy?
Anna Faris?
Yes, but I don't know.
No, but the fat guy has like this amazing looking wife. It's the girl that does the stuff with
Anna Faris?
No. She's an old model.
Go to CJ Parker there.
Christy Brinkley.
Oh no, that was Baywatch.
Christy Brinkley looks pretty good though, so.
Oh yeah, she's smoking. She's been hot for a long time.
Let me see if I can find. Here we go. Well, she was clearly a model. I know she was in Playboy, and then she was in Playboy when she was 22.
I liked Pamela. Don't get me wrong, but she didn't do it for me. Like, and now that I just looked at Debbie Dunning too, I realize they're a little fake for my liking as I get older.
See,
Like
here we
Pamela's a
go.
little too fake for me.
Yeah, see, she got her start on Tool Time, and then went to C.J. Parker on Baywatch, and I do have some fond memories of the old C.J. Parker.
I've got nothing to add to this conversation.
I got
what? All right,
she increased her bust size again to 34 DD several years later.
Butt size to double D?
Bust.
Oh.
She originally went 34D, but then said crank it up another notch. I'm going double D.
Yeah.
Kid Rock probably goes, I don't want those little fucking ticks, those little tick bites in here. You better go double D.
Yeah. That was a marriage built to last.
I'm thinking about buying a house off a Windmill Point. They ain't got no D's there. They only got double D's.
Well, what's another honorable mention? I mean, you could go for days and days with
Cheers.
This thing.
You gotta mention them. Cheers.
Yeah, for sure. So let's try and concoct some kind of top 5 between all of us. We said Seinfeld would be number 1. We'll go around here. We'll start with Jimmy. Maybe name off a couple, and then we'll decide.
Well, dude, I don't know how we don't talk about Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yeah, it was on my list.
Yeah, that 70s show, honorable mention, not top 5, but Jesus, I loved that show ahead of its time. And they're all sitting in a circle, and there's like smoke waves coming through. But
just like your house right now.
Camera to camera, and they're going through. Dude, I used to fucking love that. We were like, oh, dude, Mila Kunis is having a session. All right.
Well, she would never smoke, actually. If you watch it, she smokes like one time and gets really paranoid.
Don't use my analogies there and then digest them, please. Just
it was actually it was episode 7.
Negative.
Yeah, well, okay. Well, I would put Fresh Prince in the top 5, at least in my top 5. That thing had a massive influence on me and my comedic upbringing. I love that show.
Colleen, throw one out there. A Saturday or Sunday night sitcom there you got to catch growing up.
Oh, I need time.
Yeah. She's going to say Breaking Bad, so you just watch out.
Shut the fuck up.
That'll be the next one we do. We'll
do a Friends girl? You seem like a Friends girl.
No.
No? Okay.
Some people think it's super cheesy, and some people liked it.
I've seen it.
I thought it was doable. I was more interested in the behind the scenes, them arguing over contracts growing up than I was in the show. But 99% of people I knew, male and female, loved the show. So yeah. I know not to talk shit about it, or I'm really gonna get some comments.
Not from us. I don't think we were too big a fan. Wait.
Arrested Development.
Oh, boom. Good shout out. Yes, top 5. Yes, top 5.
That's like number 2 for me.
Yeah, I think that's number 2 for me. I think I go Seinfeld, Arrested Development, and Married with Children. I think are my top 3.
All right.
Job is great. Another segue shout out. Riding around to check out the banana stand. Fucking.
Did you guys like Malcolm in the Middle? I never got into that.
Yep, right.
I got a statement on it.
What?
When they were really young, it worked because they were so out of control and young, and it was like in your face. You never seen young kids act that way, but then as they grew up, it became more normalized. Like the first couple of seasons you're watching, because the young brother Dewey, he was just out of control and shit. So you watch the show and it was just like the most out of control behavior from kids you've ever seen. And in that aspect, I did like it.
Yeah.
And then as it progressively got, as they all got older, it lost its gravitas. But the older brother in that show is actually brothers with Hyde from that 70s show. I don't know if you guys knew that.
Oh, wow.
The Scientologist.
Oh, yeah. Where's Kubrick when you need him?
The funny thing is that Frankie Muniz hurt his own stock there, too, because all of a sudden I'm seeing him on MTV and all these programs with a Porsche or a Ferrari, a Lamborghini, like he's buying all these cars and all over the place and looking like an adult. And then all of a sudden I'm supposed to watch him on Fox as some middle of the family kid. It just didn't. It lost me there because I realized, okay, this kid isn't a kid. Like, what is this going on? But I'm giving an old school honorable mention here, Sanford and Son. And I got to hit my own. And then a new one. I don't watch this, but God, I want to get into it. Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
I want to. Andy Samberg is the shit. And big shout out. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Always Sunny. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, that's in my top 5 for sure.
I say number 2, and then Arrested Development.
Yeah. So we all have the similar graphic nature in our comedy.
Did you guys like The League?
Oh yeah, I liked it.
Love it. That might be 5 or 6. League
but
is
I hate.
Good call.
I hate the one guy.
Duplass?
No, the brown-haired guy. The
Taco?
Not Taco. The guy. He does Big Mouth. The show Big Mouth.
You're not talking about the fucking comedian Rafi.
No.
You're not talking about Rafi.
No. He's one of the main guys. His wife's like Latino. The hell is his name? Nick Kroll. He's a turd. I don't like him.
What?
Yeah, he's annoying me.
Did you see him in the in Curb?
No. Yeah, I did.
He's great as that little nasal character in The League.
I like the gap tooth guy. He's my favorite.
Oh yeah,
Paul Scheer. He's unbelievable.
Yeah, the human giant, dude. He's
Children's Hospital.
Yeah, that's pretty good too.
Yeah.
See, I think for our comedy, like we could get Dogan and Murphy on excuse me, on like an Adult Swim location because it's a short. Some of the stuff on Adult Swim is so bonkers that you can only take like 5 to 10 minutes of it to begin with.
Yeah.
Like Justice League was the Aqua Teen Hunger Force was only like 10 minutes because it's so fucking weird. You kill yourself if you. I watched that one night. It was a marathon, and I almost did jump out of my window. It was wild.
I just never no.
It's just weirdness. You ever watch that show, Jimmy?
Curb.
Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Oh, so someone tried to get me into a girl I was with back then. I couldn't fucking stomach it.
You could stomach it with her
what
there.
Is this shit? I go French fries. Fucking talking to me and shit. She goes, "Oh, this is the neighbor. This is the best character." I go, "Get this fucking thing out of here."
The Ron Jeremy type guy.
Does Mystery Science Theater count?
Ooh.
I don't think that's not a sitcom, but it is a comedy show. I remember staying up late. Sometimes it was on, sometimes it wasn't.
Did you guys watch Everybody Loves Raymond?
Yeah, me and my mom would watch it from time to time. That one's a little more subdued, but again, if you have good characters, people will watch, and they'll watch again. You got to have a couple of good characters on there, though. But
I fucking did like Just Shoot Me. Now that I see the picture for it, I like that show a lot, actually.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
David Spade's wearing a bright purple shirt and the fucking.
Yeah, Finch, man. That was unbelievable.
Wait, the Bernie Mac show.
Oh, that was.
Oh yeah.
That was great.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, see, I like African American humor. I think that they push it a little too, because they come from more of a modest upbringing and stuff, so they don't have anything to lose, so they take it to the next level. I like that shit. Yeah. Tracy Morgan and.
I like Tracy Morgan's show. I like My Wife and Kids with Damon Wayans. I liked the Wayans brothers. You want to go back to WB? I liked the Wayans brothers. You want to talk about black comedy?
And Living Color?
Living Color. Martin. Martin.
Yep. He lived in Detroit. He lived on those towers.
The Jeffersonian, baby. Yeah. It shows a nice opening right there of the Jeffersonian. Not actually shot there, folks.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
He was a Detroit DJ, and dude, remember his boss was like, "Martin, motherfucker, get in here."
He played like 20 characters.
Yeah, Shania.
Yeah, I like my favorite characters were the karate guys, and they'd go into this one episode. He's taking pool balls. He crushes them on his head and shit. You remember that? It was pretty good. Swinging the pool stick around. Yeah, I liked Martin, but that's that WB coming back to haunt you. See, I didn't have cable as a kid. I didn't have cable as a kid, so I was watching the WB. Yeah, Moesha was one of my main staples.
Oh, what else? Sabrina. Was that it?
Yeah, that was a TGIF X.
You got to go Brady Bunch, baby. You got to talk about them.
Oh, the Brady Bunch.
The old Brady Bunch, babe.
They had heart, you know.
Yeah, the Brady Bunch, and then its competitors, the Partridge Family, where they fucking came on and were like, "Fuck you, we sing for real."
Yeah, for sure. Oh my god.
What about the Monkeys? It's competitors.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, there's Monkeys.
Yeah.
God, man, there's been a lot, hasn't there?
So let me ask you this to both of you guys. We'll separate it and we're going to be wrapping up here soon. What shows have you seen every single episode? I'll talk to you, big heavy cream. Is there any sitcoms that you've seen every single episode? Because they usually, if they're in repeats, they just play them in their consecutive order. You know what I'm saying?
I'd say, honestly, the only one would be Seinfeld.
Okay. Jimmy?
Well, I know Arrested Development. You probably have that too, heavy cream, because there's only 4 seasons.
Oh, yeah, Arrested Development. That too. Always Sunny, I haven't seen everyone.
Always Sunny, I'm probably 8 seasons confident I could say that between Buddy's box sets I've seen, but I know Arrested Development. And I would say over reruns, you might be able to find a Seinfeld I hadn't seen, but I'd say Married with Children and Seinfeld, I've seen so many damn reruns. The Office ended up losing me after a little bit. That was on 9 seasons.
Yeah, after Steve Carell.
Yeah, right. It jumped the shark big. So I would say with confidence, Married with Children, Seinfeld, and Arrested Development, and probably Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yeah. Mine would be Fresh Prince. This is going to fucking blow your minds. I'm pretty sure I've seen every Malcolm in the Middle. Again, I didn't have cable, so bear with me, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow.
I don't want a bunch of excuses.
Okay,
I just want the list.
I come home. Anything. Why. Okay, so every show that was on at like 5 o'clock, because usually I'd come home from school, there'd be cartoons and shit on. Then at 5 o'clock, the sitcoms would start. So they would swap them out. So first it was like Fresh Prince. Then it was That 70s Show. So I've seen all of those. Then Malcolm in the Middle came. Then Saved by the Bell, seen all of those. I've seen all the Seinfelds. I've seen all the Friends. I've seen all the Parks and Recreation. It sounds like I've been watching some shit.
Come on, let's be honest here.
I'm dead serious, bro.
We could pull one out of the dredges. I loved Seinfeld. I'm not going to with 100% confidence tell you I've seen every episode of all 9 seasons.
I promise you I have, because actually, I mean, I'm not trying to get, I'm not trying to get sentimental here, but when my buddy did pass away, I literally started from episode 1 and watched it all the way through. You can do that nowadays.
Yes. If you've done that, I'm talking about. You made it sound like you would come home from school and just crank through the live ones when they.
No, but every day they'd play a new one, and you would watch them for a year at school. There's fucking 300 episodes.
That's how I'm getting there with Married with Children. That's the one on this list that I haven't owned the box sets or anything to, where I'd say, okay. I bet you, though, because I've watched so many reruns and fallen asleep to them, too. So, I mean, but, dude, I bet there's some rare ones on there. Because when my grandma, the reason I'm back in Michigan is 2012, my grandma got Alzheimer's. My grandpa had a heart attack. We thought he was going to die. He didn't, but we thought he was going to. So I came back from Chicago to help. I was watching with smoking bud every day, watching my Alzheimer's grandma. I'm watching Golden Girls on run I was getting high as bejesus to sit there in this recliner and literally just chill with her. And I mean, the same episode would come on sometimes and she'd be laughing at the same parts. And, you ever seen this one? Yeah, this thing was on last week, Grandma. They've ran through all 7 seasons in a week. They do a season a night.
We're talking about Pamela Anderson. Jimmy pulled his dick out to Blanche.
Betty White, baby.
No, that wasn't Blanche.
You didn't like the slutty one.
Yeah. Oh, Blanche? Oh no, that's I don't. It wasn't B. Arthur. It wasn't B. Arthur, and it wasn't Betty White. So I'm guessing it was.
Did you guys watch How I Met Your Mother?
Yeah, I like that.
That was good.
I never
Doogie Howser. So kick back to where Doogie Howser got it started. Doogie Howser, MD, dude. That was a good one. That was only like 4 seasons.
I've seen a lot of those.
Yeah, I've watched. I liked. I remember. Doogie, the theme songs will stick in your skull.
It was the same as Kevin's mom, very kind of straight edged, and you ain't watching The Simpsons, you're not watching Ren and Stimpy, you're not watching Beavis Butthead. So I did a lot of reruns of Dennis the Menace, Leave It to Beaver. I mean, we were doing Nick at Night was like what I was allowed to watch. So
right.
There's a ton of those on there I've seen.
So clean.
Yeah. All right, well, that's episode 20. You guys got anything else to say? Heavy cream? You're gonna mix it up a little bit before we say goodbye here? Or?
It's curdling.
Oh, it's curdling. That's what she says when she's thinking on something. What do you got, Big Jimmy?
I want to do a retraction on yesterday's high school parties. I have gotten so much feedback this morning. It is so awesome to hear from literally a lot of people that went on this trip with me. They have shot it amongst themselves and listened to it. And Jack, I have to do a retraction. It was not a machete. If I remember correctly, a machete was brought, but this was not a machete. When the guy turns around, and he's got the golf club and everything, he had a knife that was not very big. It was about this big, but he put it right to his eye. That's what he did. He came up behind him, and he put it right to the kid's eye and goes, I will fucking kill you and feed you to the alligators.
It's even scarier, folks.
What alligators, though?
We were in Hilton Head. We were in Hilton Head.
I was like, that doesn't make sense.
I don't know how many alligators are in Hilton Head either, but whatever.
Even with alligators around, it didn't make sense, but it worked. But the ultimate thing is, if that's the one detail I missed, I'm guessing there's more. But these guys were applauding my remembrance of this story, so I would say that let's leave the rest of it as accurate as possible and understand. It was a small pocket knife, but it was a knife that he brought.
It was a Swiss Army knife, and it wasn't even. It was like the tweezers from it.
It was big enough.
He held the toothpick to his eye. It was pretty scary.
He forgot that little part.
He lost the tweezers like everyone else using as a roach clip, but he did have the toothpick still.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for joining us. Episode 20 of the Fat Earth Comedy Cast. I'm Mo Fungus, signing off for Heavy Cream and Big Jim. We'll see you guys next time.